I remember, according to me and many other, your big breakthrough came at the Keystone Pro, and short after you won the Colorado Pro, Sean race. What happened 2006 when you did pretty tremendous um, development in your physique? You came much better.
Um, well, you know, hmm, what happened? Well, definitely there was a change in the mindset. Um, there was a renewed investment in the ideas that would actually help me break through some barriers that had probably existed prior, and helped me get to a new plateau in my personal development, not only as a man but also as a champion.
Speaking of Keystone Pro, that's I believe when you had one of your most successful free routines to Dirty Diana. How do you maintain your flexibility with this size?
Well, back then I was a lot lighter. I was a lot lighter. I probably competed in the Keystone somewhere just about 240 pounds. Um, Currently, I walk around, in between 301 to 292. So I'm back and forth between 292 and 301 now, which makes things a little bit different when we start talking about um, um, these demonstrations of flexibility and physical prowess. But I'm working on it, and I realize the bigger I get, the more work I actually do need to do in order to stay limber and to feel comfortable enough to try to do certain things like that.
After Colorado Pro, I believe you had third place at the Arnold Classic that year.
Mm. Mm-mm.
And no, was it the year after?
Yeah, the following year, I guess.
Following year, and then a fourth place at Mr. Olympia last year. Otherwise, from that, you have won all your contests, and so all focus is on the 2010 Mr. O now, correct?
Um, well, we actually start the prep in June to get ready for the Olympia. Um, the way my mentor talks with me now, right now, the idea is to still recover from the Arnold Classic prep and the Australian Grand Prix prep. And I say this because it's really important to do. A lot of times, um, when you accomplish something or someone hears that you're a bodybuilding athlete, the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, well, congratulations on that event. So what's next?" As if you're to be a machine and continue to just, and you really kind of don't want to think of your body in those terms, because then you'll run a lot greater risk of just tearing it down. You know, with the rigors of contest prep, there's also a need and a time to allow your body to heal and recover. So if you serve your body well, it can serve you well when you need it.
Why didn't you? I'm sure you have thought about it to leave out the 2010 Arnold Classic and maybe just focus on the 2010 Olympia. How come you decided to come to Arnold Classic?
Um, well, the difference between being a professional bodybuilder, or I guess maybe a professional athlete, versus being an amateur athlete is a lot of times your successes and failures don't just belong to you. The decisions that you make a lot of times have an impact on not just you, but the people that you represent. In this case, you as an athlete aiming to be successful also represent the hopes and the dreams of other people that look on and support your efforts, be it your supplement company, be it your publishing companies that sponsor you behind the scenes. Not only that, but also in order to do things with the success that we pray for and work for, a lot of times strategically, it's important to make certain moves. So to answer your question, my decision to do the Arnold Classic 2010 was a culmination of all three of those things. With being able to do that and be successful, it became a very big stepping stone for me to graduate finally into being accepted in the AMI family, which meant that it allowed me to leave behind, the other publishing contract that I had and move on to bigger and brighter possibilities. As it were, it makes things a lot different when sitting down to arrange these things. When you are the reigning Arnold Classic champion, not only of the year prior but of the year of present, all of these things become stepping stones towards the accomplishment of the bigger goal. So the decision to do that and not just focus on the Olympia. Technically, the Olympia, my preparation for the Olympia, is not just this separate entity all on its own. It's actually the culmination of years of work, and believe it or not, the preparation for the Arnold Classic and the Australian Grand Prix was also a product of that, was also a part of that process.
Which steps has Kai Greene taken to have the Kai Greene version of 2010 to be better than the version of 2009 at Olympia?
Everything. Like the training that we're doing now is kind of changed up, pulled back from the multi-synergistic, heavy, explosive movements, hence to allow my joints to recover from the beating that it took while getting ready for the Arnold Classic 2010. I mean, technically, we still, we still, kept our benching very heavy, shoulder pressing very heavy. As a result, your joints take a tremendous beating. And the only way to allow for your body to recover and try to allow for your joints and things to heal would be to change up your training a bit during the downtime in the off season. So to answer your question, things along those lines have been implemented for this time to assist in the healing part of this process.